Imagine standing before a mirror, the cold glass reflecting your every move, every breath. Yet tonight, something feels different. What if your reflection had a mind of its own? This chilling question, seemingly plucked from the depths of a nightmare, sets the stage. In this tale of suspense and terror, we explore the unsettling idea that our reflections might possess a consciousness. As the story unfolds, the air grows thick with an eerie tension. Shadows stretch and shift as if alive, whispering secrets. Here in the dim glow of twilight, we introduce the heart of our narrative, sentient reflections. They lurk in mirrors. The eerie tone is set from the very beginning, ensnaring viewers in a web of suspense and curiosity. With each heartbeat, the suspense builds, leading us closer to a confrontation with our deepest fears. Our protagonist stands on the precipice of this world, a world where reflections are not just mere images. So what if your reflection really did have a mind of its own? Would it be a friend or foe? As this question hangs in the air like an ominous fog, we are left to ponder the implications of such a reality. This introduction is just the beginning of our journey, a prelude to a series of unnerving encounters. As we delve deeper into this supernatural narrative, we invite you to join us on this haunting path. Prepare yourself for a story where every reflection is a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are those that lie within. And as we edge closer to this tale's unfolding mysteries, remember, sometimes confronting what we fear most can lead us. So stay tuned as we journey further into the shadows and uncover what lies beneath the surface of our own reflections. In the dim flicker of candlelight, a shadow dances across the walls, echoing the age-old belief that reflections are more than mere replications of our physical form. They have whispered tales, passed down through generations, that reflections serve as windows to another realm, a supernatural world where the ordinary laws of reality bend and twist. What if every glance we cast into a mirror, every fleeting moment of vanity, was an invitation to something far beyond our understanding? As we embark on this haunting journey, let us ponder the eerie connection between reflections and the supernatural. It's a connection steeped in mystery and foreboding, inviting us to confront not just what we see, but what lies beyond the surface. Could it be that our reflections are sentient, observing us with an intelligence hidden beneath their glassy gaze? Imagine for a moment standing alone in a dimly lit room, staring into the depths of a mirror. The silence around you is deafening, broken only by the soft rustle of your breath. But what if that silence is more than just absence of sound? What if it's a quiet anticipation, the calm before a storm of supernatural revelations? This story is not just about fear, it's about the confrontation with the unknown that resides within us all. We are drawn into a narrative where the protagonist begins to unravel the layers of their own reflection, layers that reveal more than just a mirrored image. Each glance becomes a step further into an unsettling reality where reflections hold secrets waiting to be uncovered. Our tale sets the stage for a horror narrative like no other, where every reflective surface becomes a portal to another dimension, a dimension fraught with danger and discovery. As we traverse this shadowy path, the air thickens with suspense. The horror unfolds not with sudden frights, but through a slow crescendo of tension that grips us with an icy hand. Stay with us as we explore these themes further, diving into the mind-bending possibilities that our reflections hold more power than we could ever imagine. This is just the beginning, a mere glimpse into a world where fear and fascination intertwine. Join us in this exploration of the supernatural and let your imagination wander into realms unknown. Next, we will introduce you to our protagonist, a soul who begins to notice unsettling changes in their reflection, signaling the start of a terrifying journey into the heart of darkness. A journey that will challenge them to confront not only their reflection, but their deepest fears as well. Our protagonist had always lived a life of routine, their reflection in the mirror a constant, predictable companion. But one evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the room, something changed. As they peered into the glass, a shiver ran down their spine. Was it just a trick of the light, or did their reflection flicker for a moment? It was as if a subtle shift had occurred, an unsettling anomaly that hinted at something far beyond the ordinary. They leaned in closer, their breath fogging the surface as they scrutinized every feature. Yet there it was again, a fleeting, almost imperceptible movement that didn't quite match their own. A chill settled in the room, heavy and oppressive. Their reflections seemed to harbor secrets, whispering of a reality that defied logic and reason. What was once a mundane daily ritual now became an encounter fraught with tension and unease. Each glance at the mirror brought with it a growing sense of dread. The reflection was changing, subtly at first, then with more pronounced distortions. Lines appeared where none should be, shadows deepened in unnatural ways, and the eyes seemed to hold a depth that was not their own. The protagonist's heart pounded with a mix of fear and curiosity. They knew they should look away, ignore the bizarre phenomena unfolding before them, but they couldn't. There was an unspoken bond forming between them and their reflection, a connection that was both terrifying and compelling. As days turned into nights filled with restless sleep and vivid dreams, the reflection continued its silent metamorphosis. What was it trying to communicate? Was it merely a figment of an overactive imagination, or was there something more sinister at play? The protagonist couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched, studied by this doppelganger that mirrored their every move but seemed to possess a consciousness of its own. The changes in the mirror became an obsession, occupying their thoughts by day and haunting their dreams by night. They found themselves standing before it for hours, searching for answers in its silent depths. But each time they thought they understood its message, it slipped away like sand through fingers. And so began their journey, a journey into the unknown depths of fear and self-discovery. The mirror was no longer just a reflection of their physical form. It had become a portal to something much darker, much more profound. It was the beginning of a confrontation with fears that lay buried deep within, waiting to be uncovered. As the tension mounted and the unknown loomed ever larger in their mind, our protagonist knew one thing for certain. Whatever lay on the other side of that glass would change everything. And so they steeled themselves for what was to come, an unsettling discovery that would lead them down a path of fear and revelation. This is only the beginning of their chilling tale, where reality blurs with the supernatural, and the greatest fears are those we see reflected back at us. Driven by an unsettling curiosity, our protagonist stands alone, gazing into the mirror. The familiar face staring back seems just as perplexed, yet there's something disturbingly different. As the seconds tick by, the reflection begins to shift, revealing a world of memories long buried and secrets kept hidden. Each day, the reflection grows more sinister, more alive, feeding the protagonist's fear and driving them deeper into an abyss of doubt and terror. This reflection is no mere image. It is a portal to the past, a haunting reminder of forgotten moments that cling to the soul like a shadow. With a heart pounding in their chest, the protagonist reaches out, fingertips brushing against the cold glass. But it's not just glass that separates them from the figure within. It's the weight of countless memories, some familiar, others hauntingly foreign. The investigation takes on a feverish pace. Driven by both fear and an unyielding desire to understand, the protagonist sifts through the layers of their own history, uncovering truths that blur the line between reality and nightmare. Each new revelation is a thread unraveling the fabric of their sanity. Images flash before their eyes, childhood laughter distorted into sinister echoes, faces of loved ones twisted into grotesque visages, and places once safe, now crawling with an eerie presence. Desperation mounts as the protagonist struggles to reconcile these fragments of their life. The reflection no longer feels like a part of them, but a separate entity entirely. Yet, beneath the fear lies a deeper understanding. With every chilling glance into the mirror, they come face to face with emotions they've long suppressed. This journey through the looking glass is not just an exploration of the unknown, but a confrontation with their own inner demons. The mirror becomes a stage where the past and present collide, where secrets demand to be acknowledged, and where fears must be faced head-on. As our protagonist delves further into this mystery, they realize that this confrontation is inevitable. It is a battle not only against the reflection, but against their own fears. And so, with trembling resolve, they prepare for what is to come next. a revelation that promises to shatter their perception of reality itself. The stage is set for a confrontation that will forever alter the course of their life. What lies beyond this reflection? As they stare into the abyss, they realize that sometimes facing one's fears is the only way forward. In the dimly lit room, silence hangs heavy, as if the very air knows a secret. The protagonist stands before the mirror, eyes locked with the reflection that has haunted their every waking moment. Through the looking glass, the reflection seems to breathe with a life of its own, an eerie mimicry that sends shivers down the spine. Every movement is mirrored, yet there's a flicker of something more, an intelligence that shouldn't exist, a knowing gaze that speaks of untold truths. The protagonist's heart pounds in their chest, each beat echoing the tension of this supernatural standoff. A question lingers in their mind. What secrets does this reflection hold? As fear and curiosity entwine, they take a step closer, drawn into the depths of their own gaze. Time seems to stretch and bend as the confrontation unfolds. The reflection begins to shift, its surface rippling like disturbed water. It reveals not just a reflection of flesh and bone, but something far more profound, a glimpse into the very soul. Then, like whispers in a forgotten language, memories resurface. Moments long buried rise to the forefront, past regrets, hidden desires, unspoken fears. Each memory is a piece of a larger puzzle, forming a picture that is both familiar and foreign. And then comes the shocking revelation, a deeper truth hidden within the glass. The reflection isn't just an image, it's a keeper of secrets, a sentinel of self-awareness. The protagonist realizes that they are not merely confronting their reflection, but facing a part of themselves they've long avoided. This chilling realization sends a jolt through them, as if the ground beneath their feet has shifted. It is a moment of clarity wrapped in terror, a revelation that changes everything they thought they knew about their own identity. As the confrontation reaches its climax, the protagonist understands that this reflection is more than just a fearsome apparition. It is a mirror to their soul, reflecting not only their physical form, but also the fears and truths they must face to truly understand themselves. With newfound resolve, they accept this haunting truth, embracing the reflection as a guide rather than an adversary. The realization that facing one's fears is an integral part of personal growth washes over them like a cold wave, leaving them changed forever. The room seems to exhale as the tension dissipates, leaving behind an eerie calm. The protagonist steps back from the mirror, no longer afraid of what lies within its depths. They turn away with a sense of peace, knowing that they have faced one of life's greatest challenges, the fear of the unknown. As this chapter closes, the story prepares to reveal what lies beyond this encounter, a journey deeper into the supernatural mysteries that lurk in the shadows. Ready or not, the protagonist is prepared to continue forward, armed with the knowledge that understanding oneself is the first step towards facing any fear. In the dim light of the room, the protagonist stands motionless, their gaze locked onto the mirror before them. Until now, it was merely a reflection, but now it's alive with a presence of its own, revealing truths that have long been hidden. The reflection slowly alters, its eyes deepening. As if peeling away layers of a painted canvas, the familiar visage transforms, exposing something far more sinister underneath. In this moment, the protagonist realizes. A chill runs down their spine as they begin to comprehend the magnitude of what stands before them. The reflection is not just showing them an image, it's projecting their innermost fears, unraveling the very fabric of their reality. It's a mirror, yes, but it's also a portal into the unknown. The protagonist's mind races as they grapple with this terrifying truth. Every doubt, every suppressed memory, every fear they've ever harbored stands clear. It is as if the mirror has stripped them bare, leaving only the raw essence of who they are. The boundary between self and image blurs. What the reflection reveals changes everything. It is no longer just a confrontation with an eerie image. It is a confrontation with themselves. They see a life lived in shadows, haunted by decisions and paths not taken. The reflection demands acknowledgement of those buried fears. As they stand there, transfixed, their perception of reality shifts dramatically. The world outside the mirror fades away, leaving only the truths unveiled. It is a moment both terrifying and enlightening, a moment where they must face not just what they see, but what they feel. The air grows heavy with tension as the protagonist takes a deep breath, wrestling with emotions that have surged to the surface. Yet, amidst the chaos, there is a glimmer of understanding, a realization that facing these fears is not just necessary but liberating. The reflection's true nature is revealed not as an enemy but as a guide, urging them to confront and embrace their deepest fears. It is a call to action, an invitation to step beyond the veil of terror and into the light of self-awareness. With one final look, they turn away from the mirror, knowing that life will never be the same again. Yet, there is a sense of peace. As they walk away, echoes of what has been revealed linger in their mind, a testament to the power of facing one's own reflection. What awaits beyond this revelation remains unseen, but one thing is certain: their journey is far from over. And as they move forward, they carry with them the haunting yet empowering lesson learned from facing their reflection. As our story winds down, we find ourselves with the protagonist, who stands at the precipice of self-realization. The journey through the dark corridors of fear and uncertainty has brought them to this pivotal moment. In the end, facing one's fears is indeed the greatest challenge. The reflection, once a source of terror, now stands as a metaphor for self-discovery. Throughout the ordeal, the protagonist has been forced to confront not just the sentient reflection, but the very essence of their own fears. This chilling lesson unveils a truth that resonates deeply. The real horror lies not in the supernatural, but within the shadows of one's own mind. As they gaze into the reflection, a mirror image that once seemed to harbor malevolent intentions now reveals a profound insight. It serves as a silent teacher, urging them to embrace the unknown and confront their innermost anxieties. Through this eerie dance with fear, the protagonist learns that courage is not the absence of fear. The reflection no longer mocks or menaces. Instead, it becomes a companion in this journey of self-exploration. With each heartbeat echoing in sync with their mirrored counterpart, the protagonist begins to understand that this spectral guide was never truly an enemy. This revelation is a chilling reminder that fear is a natural part of the human experience. It can paralyze or propel, depending on how one chooses to respond. In confronting their reflection, the protagonist has discovered that fear can be transformative, an opportunity to evolve and transcend beyond perceived limitations. As they step away from the mirror, there is a newfound sense of calm. The specter of fear, once looming large, now seems diminished in the light of understanding. The protagonist walks forward with a greater sense of self-awareness and resilience, carrying with them the lesson that facing fears is a journey worth taking. This chapter closes with a reminder to all who dare to peer into their own reflections. Within every shadow lies a potential for discovery. As we leave our protagonist in their newfound peace, we prepare to transition to the final segment, where we invite you, our viewers, to reflect on your own experiences and share your thoughts on this chilling tale. How has this story resonated with you? And what fears might you be inspired to face in your own life? Stay tuned as we open the floor for discussion and future horror explorations. As we reach the end of our chilling journey, it's time to turn the mirror on you, dear viewer. What did you think of our tale? Did the story of sentient reflection stir something within you? Perhaps it made you ponder what lurks beyond the glass, or maybe it ignited a spark of curiosity about the unknown. This story, a haunting exploration of one's fears and inner self, serves as a reminder that sometimes the scariest monsters are those we find within. Our protagonist's journey was not just a confrontation with a supernatural force, but a deeper voyage into their own psyche. It was an unsettling dance with fear and courage, with the reflection acting as both adversary and teacher. Now we invite you to reflect on this narrative. How did it make you feel? Did it awaken a shadow of fear, or perhaps inspire a moment of introspection? We are eager to hear your thoughts and insights. Your perspective adds depth to our story and enriches our community of horror enthusiasts. And as we close this chapter, we ask you to look forward. What other tales of terror could we weave together? Whether it's a story about haunted objects, cursed places, or more reflections with a mind of their own, Your imagination is the only limit. Share your thoughts in the comments below and let us know what dark corners of horror you'd like us to explore next. Thank you for joining us on this eerie adventure. We hope it has both entertained and unsettled you in equal measure. Until next time, keep watching those shadows in the mirror. After all, you never know what might be watching back.